All right, so the turnover has been confirmed. It's a fumble off the catch by McLaughlin. What a play by Kayvon Wallace as we bring in Gene's territory. Gene, take us through this sequence.
You see the possession 2 feet. To me, when McLaughlin starts to tuck it right here, that's kind of the third element. That movement right there, Spiro, to me, makes the third element, completes the catch. Fumble then, as you said, and a recovery by Seattle.
All right, we thank Gene for hopping on with us again. Meantime, what a play by Wallace, Arch, to knock that loose.
Yep. Hey, you got to be alert if you're Denver. This is classic play action. Take a shot and try to really hurt this Denver team.
Second takeaway by Seattle's defense. Pitch play here to Charbonnet, making the initial guy miss. Gets downhill as he finds the edge close to the Broncos' 40-yard line as we cross the 8-minute mark in the quarter. Best starting field position of the day for Seattle as they begin at the Denver 47.
Second takeaway of the game, and you can really see them. I think they're perimeter blocking. Their tight ends and their wide receivers, since they come out after halftime, have really done a terrific job of getting their hands on the defensive backs and making room for these backs.
Charbonnet here getting a chance, going to inch a little bit closer. Archie wondered what Ryan Grubb could do to get this offense going. It seems like they've gone to the up-tempo here, quicker tempo, and so far it's worked.
Yeah, well, they've cut down their splits a little bit on the offensive line, and again, I think that's the only thing you can do, because if anything, get the guys up front confident, give them some double teams, let them fire off the football. And again, that right there, just in and of itself, can give them some confidence to get these drives going. Again, so many negative plays in the first half. We haven't seen that. We had one little false start, but everything has been positive, and now they're in a 3rd and short.
It's Metcalf in motion on 3rd and short. It's Walker, and that's going to be a Seattle first down. Looks like some join there at the end of that play. Mike McDonald said at halftime to Aditi, we got to run the football, and so far it's been Walker, the workhorse.
They came out, offensive line firing off the football. You see excellent perimeter blocking by the wide receivers and the tight ends. And again, if you allow him to get the edge and get a step on the corner, 9 times out of 10, he's going to take it to the house.
Walker, the early 2nd-round pick out of Michigan State back in 22. What a sensational first 2+ years it's been for him in the NFL. Smith pump fakes, going to throw on the run near side. Boy, dangerous pass, and there's a flag. Jaquan McMillan was there on the coverage.
Defense, number 29. By rule, the ball is placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic, first down.
Watch, you see him, he just shoves Lockett out of bounds. But here's the question. When the quarterback is out of the pocket, you're allowed to push the receiver. And so the question is, did he push him before the ball was thrown? If he pushed him before the ball was thrown and Geno Smith is out of the pocket, that shouldn't be a pass interference.
Turns out to be a 14-yard penalty as McMillan worked against Smith and Jigba there on the sideline. So 1st and 10 after the penalty. They mark it down at the Denver 22-yard line. With this Broncos defense settling on its heels, it's Walker starting to lean on him now. The little cutback to get inside the 15-yard line. It's another big run of 8 for Walker.
Well, we're going back to that play. And right now, when Smith is out of the pocket, you're allowed to push the receiver. Again, that's awfully close. But how about the running game? Right now, almost every play, Walker has a chance on a defensive back one-on-one, and you've got to like your chances if you're Seattle.
Walker out of the backfield. This time as a pass catcher taking out tacklers. Run out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Finally forced out by McMillan. It's a pickup of 8. 1st and goal, Seattle.
Yeah, get him on the edge with one of the best tacklers in the NFL, Alex Singleton. And when you look at, Walker last year compared to the other running backs in the NFL, they have this metric, the elusive rating. He was a top 3 back when it comes to avoiding and breaking tackles in the open field.
Walker has the lead blocker, and he bangs it in. There's a flag thrown. You saw it come in from the back of the end zone. If it stands, it's a 6-yard touchdown run for Walker.
Holding, offense number 14. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
And they will take the points off the board. A offensive hold against DK Metcalf.
Yeah, you see Metcalf here. He's going to come inside, and this is tough. You see Surtain is in press, and when he comes in there and cracks the safety, Surtain has to replace to the outside, but he's playing man-to-man coverage. So really a nice scheme by Brian Grubb, the offensive coordinator, to attack Surtain in press coverage, and then that's what makes the soft corner for Walker.
It's the third offensive hold against Seattle today. So not only does it wipe away the touchdown, it marks him all the way back at the 14-yard line. Zach Charbonnet is going to come on. Walker gets a breather here as we cross the 5-minute mark. First and goal. Gino fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Fant. There's a little bit of a question mark today. He's been dealing with that toe injury in camp. One of the players acquired in that Russell Wilson trade with Denver. Second and goal for Seattle. See the run pass mix so far in this drive, as Mike McDonald alluded to in his chat with Aditi there, just going into the halftime locker room. Trying to get their offense recalibrated with all the offensive line struggles. They go back to the well, and Walker bounces to the outside, trying to slip that initial tackle, but Surtain was there waiting for his mates, and finally Baron Browning. It's a pickup of 4.
But what you're seeing right now, again, yards before contact. How many times since halftime have we seen Kenneth Walker get 4, 5, 6 yards before an attempt to tackle?
Denver desperately trying to hold him out of the end zone. Smith, boy, just trying to get it to Walker to have a chance. But just too much pressure that Gino was facing. Couldn't get it out cleanly. And once again, Zach Allen, whom you have touched on a couple of times today, coming with that pressure for the Broncos.
He has been a monster today, and this time he lines up on the left side of the defensive line, but he has had a day today working against the interior of that Seattle offensive line.
Jonathan Cooper was there as well, as Jason Myers comes on. He hit that 50-yarder towards the end of the half, and this time a 28-yard chip shot attempt for Seattle. Chris Stoll, the long snapper. Michael Dixon, the holder. And Myers extends this Seattle lead to 6. You're watching NFL Kickoff present NFL season, and we are excited to have you with us here at Lumen Field. Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, Aditi Kinkabwala, rest of our CBS crew. Jason Ross, our producer. Mark Grant, our director. As Denver will have the football here at the 30-yard line. Second half possessions, Adam, for Denver. Not the start that Sean Payton was looking for here after halftime.
No, but they started to get something going in that second drive. Of course, you had the fumble. But they were able to pop a run, try to get something going. But again, credit Seattle's defense. Every time really they've been put in a bind, their defense have really stepped up and have allowed their offense to kind of stick with it to finally get on track.
Payton goes back to his run game here with McLaughlin, trying to get his back a chance to turn the page after that lost fumble on their last drive. Had a long visit with Sean yesterday. Just what this process has been like with the rookie quarterback, getting this roster where he wanted it to be after the disheartening finish to last season, his first in Denver. And he told us multiple times, I like this team. They really feel like they can get off the ground here well early in the season. They've got a chance. Nix delivers, second down pass. And it is caught by Vele. It'll be third down for Denver, a pickup of only 4.
I keep saying it. I'm so impressed today watching Seattle's defense tackle. Because even if Nix gets it out and he makes the completion, this defense, whether it's the defensive backs, well, especially the defensive backs, but they've been so aggressive. You see Jenkins and Julian Love, just short tacklers and making Denver work for every yard that they get.
Nix has to work quickly. Third down, pass batted down and incomplete. Sutton was the intended target, and Trey Brown played it perfectly for the Seahawks.
Yeah, he really did. And, you know, Cortland Sutton, this is press coverage. Really nice technique. Fighting, trying to get inside, and it looked like there's a lot of hand fighting there, but it looked like Sutton wasn't even able to make a play on that football.
6th 3 and out that the Seattle defense has forced. Tremont Smith unable to keep it out of the end zone, and it will be a touchback for Seattle as they'll have a chance to build on this 6-point lead. So an ugly offensive debut for Ryan Grubb in his first taste of the NFL, but clearly some halftime adjustments, and so far so good in this third quarter for Seattle.
Well, to me, coaching is a big part of it. Is, do you have answers? And as a player, you're looking for your defensive coordinator, your offensive coordinator, when maybe things aren't going well. Give me some answers, right? Let's make some adjustments. And if you have a guy that can make adjustments, it gives you so much more confidence in what you're trying to do on that side of the ball.
Walker was barely back to the line of scrimmage. What a prolific run, especially the last couple of years, just across the bay here at the University of Washington. Last year, a Huskies offense that averaged better than 36 points per game en route to a national runner-up season. He met Mike McDonald at the Combine last year. Grubb took his star quarterback Michael Penix there. They shared the same agent, so a relationship was born. They stayed in touch. And remember, Grubb was introduced as the offensive coordinator following Kalen DeBoer to Tuscaloosa before he got that phone call from McDonald as Walker taking on tacklers. And that's another first down run for Seattle. A pickup of a dozen. Boy, and suddenly it's the Kenneth Walker show here in Seattle.
Well, right now, Vance Joseph has to ask himself, do I make an adjustment? He's playing his safeties back, so there's one less player in the box to attack the run. So far in this game, Kenneth Walker has had 12 runs against 2 safeties high.
And he's at 100 yards exactly after his 18th run of the day. This time it's lucky.
So, Spiro, I mentioned Denver has been playing both of their safeties high for most of this game. And so now they have to make a choice. Do I come down to stop the run? That time they put a safety down, and then Geno Smith attacks in the passing game. Look, it's a simple formula. When they play their safeties back, let's run. Once we force them to get out of their defense, now let's go attack downfield. It's exactly what Geno Smith just did.
Smith's going to fire again. He completes. And suddenly something has clicked for the Seattle offense. Metcalf on the catch here. It's going to be a first down completion. As we move inside of a minute, they pick up 11 more.
Again, what's clicked is Denver in the first half was able to stop the run game, partly because of the negative plays and the miscues by Seattle, but they've been able to stop the run game with keeping their safeties back. Well, now in the second half, Seattle, they've been attacking that defense. So now it's the classic game. Do I play my safeties high? Do I play them back? And right now, Geno Smith is making all the right decisions.
Smith throwing on the run, fires a bullet. It's Lockett again. Out of bounds, that'll be a first down connection. They're going to run out the remaining seconds, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter here in Seattle. A Seahawks team that has had to endure multiple turnovers, the 2 safeties by Denver. And somehow, some way, they've got possession with a chance to build on a 6-point lead. We head to the fourth in Seattle. You're watching the NFL. Well, when you get sunshine, there's no city quite like Seattle. As we welcome you back, Lumen Field off in the distance, downtown Seattle. As we begin the fourth quarter here in the Pacific Northwest, 6-point Seattle lead. And this offense, headlined by Geno Smith, is suddenly rolling. Smith has a man wide open. It's Charbonnet. And a Sunday stroll into the end zone for Seattle. 30 yards on a catch and run by Charbonnet, and suddenly Seattle in complete control.
Miscommunication on the back end. Busted coverage. Smith has the time to spot the error, and he makes Denver pay.
Charbonnet, the former second-rounder last year out of UCLA, nearly 700 scrimmage yards last year. Certainly expect him to take on a bigger role in this offense. Big play here.
Well, watch the corner. You're not sure. Moss comes inside. They have some sort of a call, and then watch Singleton. He just stops with the back. So either the corner, Riley Moss, or Alex Singleton don't play the correct call. Really hard to say, but nonetheless, a miscommunication. The offensive line gives Geno Smith time, and Ryan Grubb has had a very different second half to this football game.
Well, you talk about an emotional roller coaster for Ryan Grubb. His first taste of what the NFL is all about as a coach. Nightmare first half, and suddenly it's like he's calling plays for the Huskies again here. With Seattle opening up a 13-point lead.
But listen, it's a cliche as old as football. You got to run the ball to set up the pass, right? And they've been able to do that and really avoid the negative plays first and foremost. There's so many negative plays. Put their offense in a position where they had no rhythm. They had nothing to string plays together. You eliminate the negative plays, you get Walker going, and now all of a sudden you see what the offense is capable of.
Yeah, the offensive line issues that they've had, they clearly had to adjust, and so far they have. Seattle has a 13-point lead. The touchback here will give it to Denver at the 30. We remind you next Sunday, our first NFL on CBS doubleheader of the season. It'll include the Jets-Titans and the 49ers-Vikings in the early window, and then later a can't-miss matchup with Burrow leading the Bengals into Kansas City to take on Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now that is a CBS Sports Sunday. It all begins noon Eastern with the NFL Today next Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
It doesn't get any better than that for Charbonnet. Wide open in the flat for an easy touchdown.
So Bo Nix under center. Arch, they've been able to lean on the ground game for big stretches today, but now you're in a position here where your rookie quarterback is going to have to start to make some throws, and that run is stuffed at the line of scrimmage with Williams.
Well, and they've had a hard time sustaining drives. You know, they really haven't had many drives in this game where they've been able to string any plays together. You know, their defense have set them up most of the game in Seattle territory, but you know, now here in this half, Nix in this offense, they've got to try to go, you know, the entire length of the field, so they've got to find a way to string some plays together in this drive.
Nix on 2nd and 10. Perfect ball near side of the field. That is the rookie Vadele, a pickup of 5. Let's get our first update. Coach, what do you got?
Yeah, we got Jim Harbaugh's got right here. Had Justin Herbert make this 8-play, 92-yard drive. Lad McConkey making a safety miss. It never happened to Adam Marcelletta. But they lead 22-10 under 4 minutes to go.
All right, Coach, keeping tabs on that one for us. Meantime here, 3rd and 5. Big play. Nix needs a completion. He gets it to Dulcich. What a recovery. Tyrell Dodson, monster play for Seattle.
Great tackle. I've been saying it the whole game. It's been the safeties. But how many yards after the catch has Denver had in this game? I mean, they every time a Denver receiver, tight end, or running back catch the ball, there is a Seattle defensive player making contact immediately and getting him to the ground. To me, that's been one of the keys to this defense.
Well, I don't think anyone expected Tyrell Dodson to fill those Bobby Wagner shoes, but boy, he made Wagner look proud on that play if he was watching. Excellent punt coverage down the field. Smith able to down it for Denver. 49 yards. Perfectly placed punt. Tough starting field position. You're watching NFL Kickoff presented by YouTube TV. Actually, downtown Seattle. 13-point Seattle lead. Seahawks defense has been the major storyline so far. Now Geno Smith in the offense. As we cross the 13-minute mark, 4th quarter. A new era here in Seattle. The new head coach, Mike McDonald. Trying to get off with a win here against Denver. Little pitch play. Excellent pursuit by Denver. As Walker is brought down by Jonathan Cooper. Let's check in with Aditi.
Spiro, it was so clear to us how Seattle offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb has so much respect for Geno Smith. He said there's so much work Geno has put in his career before I ever even shook his hand. But I think the big thing that really stuck out is how he believes in Geno that his best football is indeed ahead of him. And Geno Smith told us, look, I got stronger this offseason, I got more accurate, and he still thinks that the next 10 years are where his best football will be.
You can clearly see the respect that Grubb has for his new quarterback. Talked about Geno's ability to comprehend and process so quickly. And what a second half it's been for Geno Smith in this Seattle offense. He throws another bullet to Lockett here, working against Moss, who was in on the coverage.
Well, Spiro, I go back to that drive in the first half when everything was going wrong for Seattle and Smith was under siege. That one drive where he hit Lockett and then he hit Metcalf on the play action, and then when he took